New Leapmotor. This is an interesting story here, guys, because Leapmotor have come in and they've said, you know what? We're going to sell the cheapest electric SUV in the history of Australia. Give you guys in the United States some context. This is about the same size as a Chevy Bolt. It's just slightly bigger than a Chevy Bolt. And Leapmotor have said, you know what? We're going to undercut everyone. Here's the deal. 39,000 Australian dollars. So you're looking at about 26,000 US dollars. Drive away. That includes all your taxes, everything else, delivery fees, etc., etc., etc. And it's actually a pretty good car. So if you can, in the market for a medium to small electric SUV, I reckon this is definitely worth considering. I'm going to explain exactly why I think that. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. If you've signed up to our newsletter recently, guys, it's great. You're going to get notifications of all our videos, which you're not getting on YouTube. Then you've got to make sure you actually click the button in your email to confirm your subscription. Otherwise, you won't get the emails. I think 500 people have not actually clicked that button. The email's probably gone to your spam, guys. So click on that button. If you haven't already subscribed to our email, I'll put a link in the description below. Leapmotor's new B10 electric SUV costs 39,000 Australian dollars. Drive away, taxes, everything else, nothing else to pay. That is a good deal, but I don't think it's actually as good of a deal as the long-range version. Now, the long-range version is $3,000 more expensive, but it's the much, much better car. In fact, I actually don't think the base model at $39,000 is even a good deal. I wouldn't even consider it. Personally, I looked at all the specifications, I looked at the range, I looked at the battery size, and I was like, hell no, that is not actually as good of a deal as you think. There's better options in the market right now. Personally, I'd buy a Geely EX5 instead of that. But the Design LR, the long range, at 42,000 Australian dollars, drive away, that is actually the real story here. And that, in my opinion, is the only model you should really consider. That's what I think anyway. Now, this officially undercuts the Cherry E5, which has drive-away prices above $39,000 in most of Australia. So it's the cheapest electric SUV in Australia, about the same size as a BYD Atto 3. I think that gives you a good kind of context. Range. Range is 450 kilometers WLTP. That's for the long-range version, right? That gets a bigger battery pack. It's a 67 kilowatt hour battery. The standard version gets a 57 kilowatt hour battery, and it's going to have probably about 390 kilometers of WLTP range. So you pay your extra 3,000, you're getting a bigger battery pack, but you're also getting a lot of extra features that you miss out on the base model. So to give you guys some context here, I'll just share with you what those features actually are. The long range gets the 67 kilowatt hour battery versus actually a 56 kilowatt hour battery in the standard range. So an 11 kilowatt hour battery improvement in size. Plus you're getting, of course, a lot more range, probably 60 kilometers more range, 6-way electric adjusted driver seat, 4-way electric adjusted passenger seat, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, ventilated front seats, LED rear light bar, auto power folding exterior mirrors, rain sensing frameless wipers, rear center armrest and cup holders, 12-speaker surround sound audio system, power tailgate, rear privacy glass, and multicolor interior and ambient lighting. For 3,000 Australian dollars, so that's 2,000 US dollars to get all of that. You can see why it's an absolute no-brainer. Some things both models have in common. Okay, they have the same exact charging speed, I believe, 168 kilowatt charging. That's DC, of course. And Leapmotor have unfortunately decided to join in with this ridiculous 30 to 80% party. But anyway, 30 to 80% takes 20 minutes. And that's not bad in this price range. I think it's actually pretty good. That's one advantage, in fact, this car has over the Geely EX5, which has 100 kilowatt charging, and the BYD Atto 3 as well. Now, it has AC charging of 11 kilowatt, which at this price point is not bad. Both models have the same single motor front drive configuration. I'm not a huge fan of front-wheel drive cars, to tell you the truth. I don't really understand why manufacturers do it. But anyway, 160 kilowatt, so it's just over 200 horsepower, and 240 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100, 0 to 62 miles an hour takes 8 seconds. So it's not fast, but it's got enough power. On the inside, it gets a 14.6-inch infotainment screen, plus there's an 8.8-inch driver screen right in front, just right in front of the steering wheel that you can see. The interior actually, guys, looks quite nice. I think it doesn't look budget. It doesn't look like a budget car. I don't think of anyone who didn't know what car this was. If you just said to them, hey, check out my new Audi. It's one of the cheaper Audis. And you put your hand over the badge, I don't think they'd actually know. I think they'd probably go, oh yeah, not bad. So Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, apparently they're coming via an over-the-air update in January 2026. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I don't know why they can't get that right. Anyway, over-the-air update, so that's good. Now, apparently, if you order one of these before January the 31st, then that's 2026, you will actually get 3 years of free servicing. Sorry, not free. It's $200 for 3 years of servicing. So some other features that both models actually get. Leapmotor says they're going to get over-the-air updates, software updates, level 2 autonomous driving systems. That's probably not realistic, to be honest. Heated exterior mirrors, fixed panoramic roof, which is pretty common in EVs, with a power sunshade. So electric sunshade. That's a good feature. I think that's really good. And that's standard for both models. Panoramic roofs. Why do EVs even have them? Well, Tesla started this trend. So you can blame Tesla if you don't like them. I do like them. And I think the biggest reason actually is because they free up headroom. Most EVs don't have a whole lot of headroom, particularly in the back seats. And having a panoramic glass roof means there's less space there's no kind of padding or anything to get in the way. So it actually frees up headspace. And of course it makes the cabin lighter and airier, and it feels bigger as a result. It also has concealed door handles, auto climate control, over-the-air updates, as I mentioned before, sat-nav, Qualcomm Snapdragon processing, I don't know which chip it has, wireless phone charger, digital key, NFC, and Bluetooth via smartphone, so you can use your phone as a key. I use that for my Xpeng all the time. I don't carry my keys ever. But there has been a couple of times where my phone didn't work, and that was interesting. Fortunately, I wasn't parked very far away. So it can happen. Leapmotor connected services, 360-degree camera including dynamic guidelines, integrated 360-degree dash cam recorder. That's cool that it comes standard with a 360-degree dash cam recorder. I don't believe my Zeekr that I'm getting the 7X. I don't think it has that. Rear parking sensors, tire inflator kit, and rear luggage curtain. So very good value electric car. Like I said, the value is definitely in the design long range, the one with the bigger battery pack, extra range. It's absolutely worth the additional $3,000. And like I said, out of these two models, it's the only one I personally would consider buying. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.